Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Nice to be here today with you. We're going to be talking about workforce capability frameworks and in relation to grow your workforce. So when I think about the cultural considerations that we need with growing the workforce, it's really good to examine why we want that. So sometimes we need to also think about the cultural safety that we've got in services and what that actually is made up of. So we need to ask perhaps Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people what makes them feel safe, make sure that we've got those implemented into our services. Often we can say that we've got a culturally safe space, but at the end of the day, it's the end user, the people that walk in through the doors, that are able to determine whether that space is culturally safe or not. And so sometimes it's really all about looking at the processes of recruitment. So if you're wanting people to come into our space, looking at how our interview styles can be. Some of those interviews don't need to be as nerve-wracking as they can be. So who says that we have to have a panel? It may not need to have a panel in that regard. I had an experience where someone had lined me up for a mentoring position years ago in another life. And she said, "Oh, can we go and have a coffee, because I just want your input on something to do with that program." So we went and had a coffee. And then after that, in the afternoon, she goes, "Okay, we want you to have the job." And they made me an offer for that job. So that coffee was actually the interview, which I didn't, she knew that I would be nervous so she just disguised it, which could be a good idea. So thinking of cultural considerations when it comes to examining whether we would like to recruit Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people into our space, that could be something that the workforce capability framework could be really useful for helping us to unpack some of those questions of why we want Aboriginal people to work with us, and it helps us to identify perhaps some of the gaps in our services and our environment, and it'll help us to implement the right elements of cultural safety. This will help us as a team grow, and it'll really help to help the whole team to self-reflect and be on the same page and really understand the why that they first asked in the very beginning.